How to use LinkedIn polls effectively. It's probably one of the most commonly asked questions. And in this video, I'm going to be taking you through the two main types of LinkedIn poll that we use internally as an agency to, one, gain attention, and to two, generate leads. Now, I think it's quite fair to say that LinkedIn polls are a content type that are very, very popular right now. There's more of them on the newsfeed than I've ever seen before. And this video is probably about a month behind when I probably should have released it. But actually, I've taken some time to research high performing polls, both via my own profile and clients that we manage. And there have been some key significant things as to what make certain polls go viral and also other polls generate leads. And this is the real key distinguishment between them both. One doesn't do the other. That's the key thing. And when it comes to generating huge amounts of attention, you need to, one, for me, in my opinion, from what we do, to generate the leads out of the second type of poll, make it as relevant as possible to what you do. Now, I'm going to share with you an example of the first type of poll, and that is called the attention grabbing poll. It's probably the most obvious one. And it's the one that most people want. It's the one that gets the most amount of views. And there are a couple of things that I want to highlight with this type of poll, which has enabled it to do as well as it did. Now, as I share my screen for you here, what you'll see is the attention grabbing poll that is related to what I do and then the performance with it. Now, to caveat this, for those of you that don't know who I am, I've only got around 9,000 followers on LinkedIn. We manage a lot of people's accounts on the platform. And one of the things that we specialize in is gaining attention and converting that into business. Now, with this specific poll here, obviously I'm talking about LinkedIn and giving advice around LinkedIn right now. It's our hot topic. And this question here is something that I realized everybody had an opinion on. And you can see the way that we've asked it. Now, when it comes to polls, the key thing to realize with attention grabbing ones is making sure that the question that you're asking is actually easy to answer. So one of the things that I give as a top tip is try to make your poll question one line and not multiple. You don't want people to have to really think too hard about the question. You want people to be able to easily answer with attention grabbing polls, with the ones that are going to get 61,840 views in, I think this was a 7-day window, right? It wasn't a huge one that we've had. We've had bigger ones, but this was probably the most recent up-to-date version. Now, that's the first key thing, is asking a really simple question that's actually about the industry that you specialize in. The second really important thing is that the engagement isn't solely driven via the vote section here. Most people think that engagement is driven for polls, the viral ones, are because of the sheer amount of votes that it gets. Now, you can go and look at my profile. We have polls that have got more votes than this, but didn't get the interaction that we were looking for. What actually drives the most viral polls, the ones that get hundreds of thousands of views, of which I have shown on this channel before, are the comments. Now, LinkedIn operates on something that is called dwell time. That's how engagement is driven. That's how it decides which content is shown to more and more people. The moment people stop engaging, the moment people stop spending time on your piece of content, is the moment at which it starts to die a slow death. So if you can keep people spending more and more time, it's going to continue to grow. Comments are where the most amount of time is spent on a piece of content. Somebody taking the time to actually write out a long response. And if I'll put the link to this post in the description, you can see the length of comments people were leaving. This is what drives attention grabbing polls. So when you're really thinking about the question that you're trying to answer, inside of your headline, this section here, ask a question which is really easy for people to have a strong opinion about. So is having an up-to-date profile important, or is it just a waste of time? If I'd have just asked, is having an up-to-date profile important, people wouldn't have connected with it. Because I've actually put in here almost an opinion leading statement, or is it just a waste of time, it triggered people's reactions. And inside of this, when you click see more here, go and have a look, go and click see more, you'll see how my actual caption is leaving my opinion that people can either agree with or they could disagree with. And 86% of people agreed with me, but actually it was the 14% that disagreed that loaded the comment section. Really, really important. So with attention grabbing polls, to give you that real high level overview of what's going to make them work, pick a topic inside of your industry that everybody's got an opinion about, have a strong opinion either way, and put that inside of the caption to drive comments, and make sure that when you put it live, you spend all the time possible that you can, whenever somebody leaves a comment, engaging in conversation. So don't just go back and say, thanks for commenting. Ask a question back and keep that conversation flowing, because the more time that you spend, the further your post is going to travel. Now, the second type of poll that I want to show you is known as a lead generation poll. And a lead generation poll looks something like this. So as you can see here, this is actually one that went out today. I'm going to try and edit this video as I always do and get it out as quickly as I possibly can. But when it comes to lead generation, the biggest tip that I can give is actually have something to be able to give to people which they actually want. So don't just have a load of lead magnets that you've created in the past, the things that you can give away for free, and just chance your arm at them. Go out there and do some research and understand what it is people in your industry want from you, which they're willing to exchange an email address or phone number. So this is how you turn somebody from a connection into a conversation and then into a lead. And you'll see this isn't rocket science. Again, I put a case study inside of here. We talk a lot about this inside of our academy with this stuff, but using social proof to drive more votes. Now, this hasn't been live very long. It's only got 1,500 views, but what it has generated is 35, because one of those votes is me, 35 new leads potentially added to our database through one piece of content. Now, we give away our 100 content ideas guide. You'll find a link to that in the description. However, with the poll, all we're doing is asking a simple yes or no question. Now, the comment section, again, if you go and look in there, it's starting to get more and more vocal inside of them. We're getting more and more comments, but they're also getting a little bit longer. It's because in this see more section, I've left a strong opinion. Opinion is what drives conversation. Conversation is what drives virality. And when it comes to lead generation, it's about having something that people want for you to be able to then provide the exchange of value, so you can then convert that person into a lead. The last thing that I've got to say on this is one of the things that I've realized people miss when it comes to conversion is not explaining why people need what it is that you're giving away. And when it comes to any piece of content that we create, when it comes to any message that we send or any conversation that we have, it's the context, it's the reason why that makes what we do so valuable. If you don't explain why somebody needs something, it's very, very easy for them to sit back and just forget about it and not bother with it. So within your caption, whenever you're doing a lead generation type poll, one of the most valuable ways for us to be able to convert leads, try and actually add the layer of context as to why somebody should want what it is that you're giving away. The more clear that is, the more concise that is, and the more attractive your lead magnet is, the better results you're going to get. Now, this was a quick overview into polls. We do a lot more training on this as we go through, as I'm creating these videos for you. So please do subscribe if you've not subscribed already. I keep cringing every time I ask you to subscribe, but if you're not subscribed, it does really, really help the channel. And again, you can see I'm only a small channel and I'm trying to help as many people as I can with proactive tactical information that you can use. So please let me know if this has been helpful. If you have any questions, you know where I am, whether it's on LinkedIn, inside the comment section, or on Instagram. And if there's any way that I can help you, please, please, please do reach out. I'll see you on the next video. Peace.